Hello there, survivors, and welcome back here to the channel, to another live stream. Today we're going to be doing another build, of course. There's always another build coming, and today we're back at the oceans of the center. We've already built this ocean base here, which is a decently sized ocean base with plenty of room to get you started. But there is a couple of downsides to this. For one, there is no actual dino pen, so you have to cryo everything here, so you can't really safely breed water dinos here. And those are kind of things that you probably will want to add to a base if you're building an ocean base. Now, of course, you could extend this or add something, or, you know, have something attached to this so that you could still have like a safe breeding pen. You could totally do that. But I also have a tradition by now, because I've done it on the other two maps I've played. And that is building a giant or ultimate tech base. And for the center, of course, that has to be ocean related, because there's so much ocean, there is so much out there. So it feels very fitting to build a even bigger ocean base with a water pen included, with plenty of room for all the things you'll ever need to craft. And just hopefully also make a very cool looking base as well. So that is what we're going to start today. Probably not going to be able to finish the entire base in one go, but we'll get started. We'll get sorted. I've got a little bit of a plan, a little of an idea in my head, and I'm not quite sure how we'll get that into ARK. So yeah, we'll do some work. We'll do some building, and we'll see how far we get, and if we actually do manage to get that start of the idea that I have in my head out here on ARK. Yeah, at first I was gonna build my ultimate tech ocean base here on the edge of the waterfall, like on top, because then you would have these awesome views, and just in my head it was a very epic idea. But the only downside here is that it's actually quite shallow here. And it does get a little bit deeper around this part, but then you have these, land masses in there. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if I have enough of the space that I need for the underwater part and the water pen part right here, especially with some of the bigger creatures like the Chestosaurus that has been added with the saddle underneath it. I think I might run into problems here, and I can't actually build it then too close to the waterfall, so I lose that view. So I found a new area to build it in. Hello there. Yeah, hello again. Right after this I'll be back to Club ARK and playing some games, but right now we're gonna build. So yeah, I do want to keep it in this area because I feel like a lot of the interesting creatures spawn here. At least I was maybe, you know, looking to add it next to the skull. The only downside is that the skull is facing this way. And again here, I fear that I might run out of room. I don't want to build it too close to the land. So I've chosen to go for this spot right here, because you've got some awesome views here of the redwood, including actually the boss arena up there. At least I've been told that is the boss arena. And we still have a little bit of the view of the skull right in front as well. So I think it's still a pretty cool view. And the good thing about this area here is that I will have a pretty big edge here where I can start building it on. We have a deeper area here for the underwater stuff, and yeah, this should give us plenty of room to build everything that we need to build. Hopefully that is the idea. We'll see if it actually works out. And maybe you already saw it, I have a vacuum compartment right here, because I will in fact include a underwater part to the base as well, just because I think that's going to be cool. So that's going to be underneath the part of the dino pen, basically, so the water pen. So yeah, I've got some ideas of how I want it to look. I think probably for this video or this stream I am going to do the fog to 0, just so that we can a little bit more clearly see what we're working with here in the water. I don't like the fact that you now are able to see everything here in the ocean, but I feel like for the sake of the stream and the builds, it's a little bit easier for you as well to see what I'm working with. So, yeah, right here, this is going to be the start of the base because these will snap together, but also I should be able to, yeah, there we go. We snap like foundations here as well. At least they should be, and then we can actually start our base. Let's see if we actually want to start it there. Because it needs to be like somewhat low so that we can snap these to it. That's too low, I think. I need to... like this, maybe. There we go. But we also need to be able to extend this out a little bit without running into height problems there. I think that is looking fine. And then we could even extend it a little bit like this. And let's see if we can then connect a foundation to all of it. Yeah, we can. So yeah, this could be a foundation start of the whole modern base we're going to build up there. And then this would be the start of the underwater compartment as well, because we can easily extend these. They will also should also count as supports for the build. So if we want to extend it a little bit into the world, we can do so. And then we can, of course, make this a little bit deeper as well. We'll see. I'm probably not going to start on the compartments. I just needed this so I could snap it all together, because you can snap foundations to these compartments, but for some reason, if I would just place down a foundation like this, I don't think it doesn't snap the other way around. So that's why we needed to get it going like that. Can you build a tree house that builds or that fits all industrial structures? Greenhouse, elevator, lots of other space. I could. Sounds like you would probably need like maybe multiple platforms for that to be big enough. I'm not sure. I do want to build like a proper big treehouse base. I don't know if I will have time for that on the center, but it's definitely something that I want to do. I've built 2 tree houses so far, one modern one normal one, but I definitely want to do more with them in the future at some point. But I already have a bunch of build plans, and yeah, I'm just not sure when I can add to it. So for now, I'm gonna, of course, first build this base, and right now I'm just extending this foundation, so it's gonna be, what is this? This is 8 by 8, and then this is basically the same size, so 2 times 8 by 8, or well, I guess this is 4 by 4, but the compartments are 2 foundations. So yeah, what I think I want to do is I want to make sure that whatever this water compartment basically can be locked off. So we'll at some point we'll have to add in a gate and make it part of like proper structures, so that yeah, it's all safe and closed off. But first, we'll actually need to start building the main base, which is going to be up here somewhere. What I would like actually is that if I could snap these to each other, but I think the only way I could do that is by bringing these over. So yeah, if I wanted like a bigger underwater compartment, I could build it like that, because of course I have a way to go until we're actually part of the we're actually above the ground. So maybe we'll want to have some compartment down here as well, and I don't actually know. For now, I'm gonna get rid of them. We know we can add them. I'm just thinking how far this base, or how far back the base should be. Probably a little far, because you want to have some space for your tames here as well. So maybe we just go further back as well. Oh, why doesn't it allow me to do this? It's so annoying sometimes that your foundations don't go the way you want to go. I mean, I guess you technically could just have them lower and then just fill it in with ceilings. We might just have to do that. Let's build a little bit more tech. And of course, you could also easily build this whole base out of metal instead of tech. I just like tech, the fact, you know, that it looks like you've properly beaten the game. It's quite nice. Okay. So definitely this. Probably I also want this one. I'm sure I'll need those as well at some point. Knowing me, I'll want to have some roofs in there for sure. There we go. And we can fill this in. Wait, that one won't allow me. So we'll fill that in with ceilings just so that, you know, it is all filled in. And then we don't need to have the foundation beneath it because it should have support anyway already. Okay, I think this area already looks like a pretty decent size for a pen, because there is going to be more space as I build up the rest of the base for sure. We just need to, you know, get it started. Yeah, I don't actually. So I have a few ideas of like things that I looked at, but I think the first thing that I need is just to kind of get this above the water. And of course, we're going to have to fill that in at some point. We'll make it all nice a little bit later. For now, let's get this above the water so that we can actually start like the... well, I suppose the main part of the base. Is that going to be high enough? Or do I want it a little bit higher? I think I want to have it a little bit higher above the water. Okay, so this would be 8 wide in total. The whole thing, which I think is plenty of wide, because this is the middle part of the base, basically. Like, there's going to be more. 4, 6. Maybe we start with an 8 by 8 again. As like a basic square to start with. Hello there. Thank you. That's great to hear. I'm glad I can help inspire builds and help people out. The whole new build system in this game has been it's been a lot of fun. And I'm happy to share it. Okay, so we'll start with a little square here so that we can, you know, we have a little base to start with. And I might in some places still replace the flooring with some wood to make it a little bit more like a home, but for now we're just going to start it like this. It's a floating platform. It's going to be like the start of our base. So yeah, I kind of want to make some new shapes, like different to the builds that I've done for my other tech bases. So we're just gonna try something here. Of course, I can't extend it any further than that. And maybe I don't need to. Yeah, this would definitely be far enough. And then I would actually want to make it come back a little bit as well, like so. And I'm choosing to have these textures on the outside just to make them look a little bit different than the normal roof texture that is now on the inside. Because I think I might still use the roof textures at some point. So yeah, I think that would already be a quite nice start, like a different kind of shape to it. And again, this is going to be the middle part of the build, so it's not actually the whole build itself. It's just like a part of it. So something like this. I'm just going for a shape first. Basically, that's what I always do when designing a new build, is like getting the shape that I have in my mind or concept art that I found for something in real life. I try to bring those shapes into the game, basically, which sometimes is easy, sometimes it's more difficult. That's basically what I'm trying to do right now. Where I'm basically just trying to get like a cool looking shape for the side of this building. I think I might like that. Of course, right now this is a little bit higher than over there, but that would be fine. But I guess actually I wouldn't want to fill this all in. There we go. Because most likely this would be a way to get access to the water pen. For sure. Yeah, the shape is interesting. That's the best way to say it for sure right now. But bear with me. I'm sure it will be worth it. You know, actually no, I don't want to have these above the water anymore. I think at this point, this is definitely where this should go into the water for a little platform where you could basically get off your tames and then kind of connect these two together. So yeah, you could, you know, swim your tame. Bit of sense to me, at least. I know probably it only makes sense to me right now because it's still a very weird shape. We might still change this, very much so, because yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure. Then what I also want to have is a tech gate, and I definitely want to have the default one, just a normal one, because I want to make sure that this building is possible in normal ARK, because eventually it's going to be a tutorial, but first of course we need to design it. So these are going to be the points where you go off to the side buildings, because as I said, this is just a part of the build. So this is like the middle part, and then you go off to the side buildings for various other areas like crafting, storage, your bedroom somewhere, all those kind of things. Want to make into separate areas, but I think so far this looks cool. Oh yeah, the futuristic pyramid is crazy. I hope you made sure to check your build structure limit, because that one is a big one for sure. Okay, so this whole shape is kind of crazy, but listen to me. You know, this is gonna be a side building. So from here, I'm basically gonna extend it. Of course, I'll need supports and everything. But that's going to extend to this side. So this is not going to be like a proper wall. There's going to be like a whole building to the side. The same thing on here. It's probably going to be actually quite a similar building. And it's gonna go out to this side. Probably also, yeah, 4 wide is probably big enough. Or 6, we could make it 6. Not bigger though. But yeah, I think probably 4 is gonna be enough because this base, I want to make sure that it's a big base, but I don't want to go anywhere near or over the structure limit with this one. Because I don't think that would be necessary. So yeah, this would be where we have kind of the walls. I kind of need greenhouse because of course I'm going to use glass, and I have the clear glass thing, but did I install the, what is it, like clean? It's like a clean glass. I never know how to find it. I really thought I did install it, but for some reason it's never in my list. Like there is a custom cosmetic that should add these glass walls, but for some reason it's never here when I want to have it. So, but yeah, there should be one where you can have the glass look like proper glass that I usually use. Go to the options here. Yeah, but I have the mod, which is already doing this. But there should be a custom cosmetic as well, because I know some people like to build these on official. But yeah, this is the one. Already have that, so that is good. The only downside to these is that there's no... this doesn't work for any other variants of the greenhouse. So for my shape, I might run into problems, actually. Let's see. Would I just have a glass wall all around this? I mean, I guess so. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to work for that shape. But I'm sure we'll make it work. So yeah, something like this. Do I want this all to be... Maybe I actually do not want to make this out of glass, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a lot of glass around already. So maybe I actually want to try and have this main part be something else. Because I know for sure that these side buildings are going to have a lot of glass. So maybe we just do it a little bit differently to get a little bit different well, colors into the build. Let's see, maybe some metal as well, just to change up the look. So yeah, what if this layer is going to be metal? There we go. Because we can of course still add some shapes and some windows to this. But I think this would be quite interesting. And then definitely want to bring in some like different textures and different colors. I think I would also want to have this come out one to the side, so it kind of creates an edge around the building, of course. Hello there. Welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, we have a little edge around the building we create. There we go. Yeah, that looks good to me. It's still a weird shape, I know that, but trust the process, I guess. And then this, of course, is going to be then part of the side building, which is going to be like this. Of course, we'll need to extend it and give it shape and stuff like that, but we just know how big it is. I would say that's big enough, because I'm gonna still build additions to that. It's basically a hallway, which definitely big enough for a hallway. Yeah, it's still looking pretty funky, but trust me, I've got a somewhat of an idea here. So yeah, we have that as the bottom layer. Do we then just have the second layer be tech? I think so, because that's quite a different color then. It still fits together nicely with the metal. So we'll fill in this layer. I feel like yeah, it definitely needs to be at least 3 high to be like a proper height. So I guess we need to make this a little bit higher, which is fine because that's already supported anyway. And of course we need to extend this on this side as well. There we go. But we'll focus on one side for now because that's a little bit easier to design it this way. There we go. And then probably we want to make sure it has a little edge like this around to make the wall just a little less flat. All right. It's a funky shape, that's for sure. Okay, and then of course this would be a shape like this with most likely at least a roof on top like so. Again, we're still gonna work on these side bits, but obviously I need to know where it is kind of to make the whole thing work. Just kind of want to see if I can bring some extra shapes into this. There we go. That does help with a little bit of shape. Is it a nice shape? I don't know. Because I'm probably going to have some kind of border on top of here. So yeah. I don't know if I want to make it go all the way through to the top then. And then here, I probably want to make sure that I have a nice window here somewhere, because otherwise it's a lot of flat wall. I actually probably want to have somewhat a window here as well. Not quite sure how I would do that. So for example, if I want to have a window like this, I would place it so we have a nice shape to the window. And then let's say that we have an edge around this part, like similar to what I've done before. So maybe something like this. We have this kind of like railing that is custom made. Hello there, welcome in, welcome in. So maybe if I do an edge like this, that would then allow me to Extend this here. The only problem here would be the end piece here. Yeah, this might be too small to do any like very fancy custom design, but I kind of do like this shape for a window. I don't think it needs to be too big because we'll have many windows anyway. So I just wonder how we could make like a little edge around it. I think it might be difficult. Okay, so maybe we'll leave that for now. Here we definitely want to have some form of bigger window. So let's say this will be the start of it. And again, for now, just so we know where this border would be, let's actually build the start of this side part that we'll have to extend. There we go, so that we know where it kind of all leads. Could I make that work? Kind of almost think that I would want to extend it like that. And then I think maybe we'll extend it like this. Or what if we do it the other way around? There we go. That looks like a cool shape for a window. Slowly but surely we're gonna make this building less and less abstract and more like an actual building, I promise. So yeah, this is gonna be a window, so I'm actually gonna make it look like a proper window with the cool textures so that we know whether we like it or not, because this is gonna be an important part of the design. Now this is where I would have loved quarter roofs, basically, because what I want to do is make like a little edge around this whole thing, like with a wooden roof. So it would have been great if I could do half of this, basically. And I know it's possible in, I think in the mod. But obviously that wouldn't be possible for everyone. Also would be great if it didn't have the actual roof texture, but I think the color would just be really nice. You know, the difference in having a little bit of the darker color around, but I think that might be too much. Because, yeah, I think it would look pretty good. You know, just having a different color as an accent to the wall. But yeah, then the problem would be, yeah, these parts, basically. How to connect these parts. Because what I think might not be all structures, but yeah, they do have like these things. This would be basically what I want, to be able to create this little edge around it, which of course you can do if you're using ASR, but I am gonna try and do something with just normal ARK. Maybe if we use guess it won't let me go diagonal without some kind of different snapping point. That's a shame. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to be the only option I have, because I'm not going to be able to do the wooden accents, unfortunately, until they add more stuff like that. But I think we can probably still do a little bit for the window. And we already have kind of an edge going around it. Do I have... Yeah, but I want to make sure that the design is possible without ASR, because if I make a tutorial for everyone, it's going to be kind of annoying if it does include anything else. I don't think that's going to be worth it, because I don't think we'll see if I use that as an edge. So I think I'm going to go for the clean window look here, and then we'll have the smaller clean window back here as well. The only downside to these windows are they are very cool, but of course on official you would have to leave out this one, so it would turn into much more of a straight square window, because you can't have the extra sloped wall in there, unfortunately. I think, at least. I don't know, I never play official. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. And then for this dividing line, definitely want to make sure you see that a little bit more like a proper divide. So maybe we add like a metal pillar. Like this. To kind of break up those two layers. Oh, got a visitor. Yeah, and we could even, I guess, just continue this line still, so that from the side, that line still goes kind of from top to bottom. Does kind of work. Yeah, I like that. I don't mind that too much. It's still an abstract form, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I trust the process. Okay, then here at the front, I'm gonna extend this by 1, maybe? I don't know. Because we'll have a little... Oh. Balcony out front. There we go. This I'll definitely continue all the way. There we go. Basically repeating the shape that we've created on the other side now. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did flip those. There we go. Okay, well, it's starting to become some kind of shape. We'll definitely have to do a little playing around with like different windows and stuff here and there on the sloped parts. But at least here we'll just have a nice and easy balcony on this side. just to enjoy your view of the ocean and the skull. Then here, gonna have some double doors placed over there, and then I think some walls. Maybe close it in like this. And then here as well. There we go. Yeah, I like the look of that. And then we could add in these. Like so. To make the balcony look like it's properly attached to the building. I quite like that. Could even have one in the middle, but I don't know if I want to have that necessarily. And of course, want to make these the right glass so we can enjoy their proper look and also actually use them as windows. It's really a shame that we don't have like a proper window texture in ARK itself, except for the Frontier pack, I guess. That's pretty close. Okay, I'm gonna use the metal pillars here because I just like them more than the tech ones. Tech ones don't really fit the vibe for this part of the structure that I'm going for. Yeah, what do we do with this part? Because this feels like we don't really need it. We'll see. Anyway, I guess this is where we build another one of these windows, like so. And then we fill in a whole bunch of walls. I guess this is what we want. Copy the other mirror or the window like so. There we go. Nice window indeed. And then we'll go over here to get this shape right. There we go. And we'll change those windows to the proper texture as well. Of course, if you are unofficial, you'll have to find a custom cosmetic to work, or you'll have to keep the greenhouse glass, which isn't great, but if it's the best you have, you'll have to use it, I guess. All right, there we go. So that is the start of the top layer here. And we'll then divide this all the way up like so. Yeah, I guess that's kind of flush, but that's fine. It's going to be part of the hallway. And we'll fill in this side here as well. I don't know if we're going to need windows here at the bottom part. Probably not. There we go. I think it kind of looks like I made like a camper or caravan almost right now, but it's not going to stay that way, of course not. Yeah, so what I think I need is a way to connect the vacuum compartment with the top base. And of course, I can only snap them to the other compartments. But can I make that work? No, because it's like it's like a middle. Like, it would be nice to make it fit here, which it would, but I can't line it up with that because it doesn't snap to any existing structure. Does it snap to like a pillar maybe? Before I make a whole pillar, let's just do this. It does. Okay, that's perfect. Because then I can just make a pillar going the way that I want it to. Because I think it could be nice to have that connect to this. Yeah. I guess it has to be in water. So we don't actually need all these. We'll see if we like the way it looks. Otherwise, we can always change it, of course. There we go. Yeah, so I can't have it there because it sticks out of the water. That's kind of annoying. Because then I can't really have the transition that I need. Because I can probably also not snap it into the other one, I'm guessing. Oh, I can. Still not at the right level, but so oh yeah, I guess I'm now in the half part of this. Wait. Let's see if I enter from here, hide all those, and then I... Why can't I open this? Why am I not allowed to open that? That is annoying. But I guess it isn't really gonna work the way I want it to. Because basically I would have to have it come exactly to the water limit, which obviously that would have been quite lucky if I accidentally made it come exactly to there. But it's fine. I guess we're gonna have the underwater base there, and the rest of it is just gonna be a dino pen. Okay, we're gonna have this dino pen have to be connected somehow. So I think it probably could look quite nicely if we have some of these pillars going to the top. Hello there, Kane. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. And then, of course, we'll have the railings for these stairs leading into the base. Do we need them here? Probably not really ever going to see them. Do we want to keep them there? I think I'll only do them on the side. Just in case for the smaller teams you could just swim through to the back. There we go. And then let's see. I feel like it's almost going to be natural to have this going like this. And then we could have a staircase up on both sides. There we go. And then here we probably want to have a wall in the middle. Nice glass wall. And then actually I kind of think that I want to have bigger doors. So gates basically. As like the way to get in there. Only downside is these bits are gonna stick through the floor here, but gonna have to live with that. Do I want to? No, I kind of think I want to have a little bit more space there for your head. The tech stairs look amazing. They are very, very cool because they've got like the lights in them. Like a lot of the tech stuff actually looks really, really good. But of course, it's not really your first choice when building, especially not when you're just doing survival. Because, I mean, it is an expensive material for sure. Okay, I kind of need to make these walls nice. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna block these off a little bit. Like that. Just to kind of make this look a little bit nicer, but still keep the window shape intact. So I guess then this has to be filled in like that as well. Oh yeah, I would say the stairs are definitely worth it. They are very nice. Okay, then we have the stairs, so we want to make sure they are nice and safe with little railing around them so we don't just drop in. And of course there we'll have the doors, and I don't think we need any stairs on this side, so we can just fill in this whole floor. And again, when I do the decorating, I might change some of these floors to be just normal wood, so it looks a little bit nicer. Because obviously now it's going to be very, very tacky, which I don't mind. But for example, for the living quarters, at least I would like a little bit more, you know, cozy feeling than just having metal everywhere. So I think I might change that. But for now, let's just fill this all in like so. There we go. The sun is almost setting, so I'm going to actually change the time back so we don't lose the light. And we can still see what we're working on. So yeah, this is also still a pretty sizable room already. There we go. So yeah, that's gonna be our front. I think so far this has turned out quite nicely. And then of course here again, like the other side, this is where the side portion of the building would start. So that would be about this high. So then the wall looks a lot less empty because there will be, in fact, an entire building or hallway at least there. So yeah, this is definitely not a very big tech base yet, but it's like the middle part. It's basically the access point to the dino pen, which is going to be here in the middle, right underneath. So yeah, that is the start of that. I kind of like to have these bottom doors open, I think, but I could always, if I wanted to, easily add the gates to that as well. We have a decent space here. I know this you can't really use too much, but at least it's some space. I think we might want to check out where do we actually maybe want to have some light coming in, because yeah, otherwise it might be a little bit boring. So don't know what I just did there on the inside, but yeah, there's an extra window there. Yeah, I think having a little bit of those windows is going to help us a lot, just with getting some proper light in. And then we could even extend them up here as well, of course. There we go. I think I like that. There we go. Yeah, and I think even though you can't see that from the inside, from the outside, it's nice that they kind of go all the way. So they go all the way from the bottom to the top there. Yeah, I think I quite like that. And that, again, will allow us to get some light in. I was going to say to enjoy the views, but as I said, unfortunately, I can't change these textures to the same as this clear glass. And it would have been quite nice to see that, but we'll have other places where we can enjoy the view. At least there'll be some extra light, and it changes the texture, which is always good. So yeah, then for the rest of this, I actually think I just want to fill that in. And we're going to keep the same upside down texture, I think, so that it matches the side. Oh, let's make sure we get that. And then I think what I want to do is probably also add a railing around the top of this, just so that, I mean, we have all the space. We might as well be able to use the space, right? And maybe we could even add a behemoth gate somewhere. I guess then it would require me to do it a little bit differently. Where would I want that? I guess at least like so. So I have 5 over there, 4 over here. That's gonna work. But then I'll need to remove these sides. I know there's not really big flies on this map, but if you were to transfer, or if of course you built this just on an entirely different map, it would be possible. And I might be having my wyverns or Rionatha or something like that visit, and then it would be kind of nice to be able to land in there. Nope, that's the wrong texture. That's definitely the wrong color. It needs to match the same color as the rest of the roof. Okay, and I think what is it called? Is it like cellar door? Yeah. There we go. So we have one giant cellar door, and then of course, ooh, can we? Yeah, we can. We'll have a little bit of overlap. I guess you could. No, we actually could do it without overlap, I think. And we save an extra structure, because if we just get it there and then snap 2D beams instead of these ceilings, we can just do it all the way around. And then here, it's going to be a little bit easier. Oh, actually a bit easier if you just snap to the sides of this, the cellar door. And now we could get in and out from the top. I'm probably going to make it so it doesn't auto open, but it does auto closes, so that you could in fact just land on the roof if you're not want it to open, you know. Then yeah, I think I just need to have this on top. Don't think it makes sense to make it any bulkier and make like the custom edge, because I think that's going to be a little bit too much. So we kind of want it to be low key. Yeah, I think that works. And then we'll have that, of course, across. Oh, jeez. I placed it inside, didn't I? There we go. A little nice edge along all of it, which also means that you have plenty of room here on the top to do whatever you need to do. It's just extra space, you know? It's a roof you can use. Well, I guess we'll also need to somehow build access to the roof. Like a staircase or an elevator, something like that. There we go, quite easily, and we'll have a safe top of the roof. Okay, so here you go up with the stairs to this layer. Where would you be going up to the next layer though? I guess probably we could just build like an elevator. We would have to do a little bit of custom design for that, obviously, because there's no straight way up. I guess the only problem would be lining it up, but I think we can do that. We need a little bit more structures. All right. So then if we place this wall, it should be right in the middle. So we have a nice centered elevator going up. Like so. And then the small elevator should totally work. Why is it not snapping to this? It only wants to snap to ceilings? That's weird. Does it really have to be? It does. That's so weird. Wait, can I trick it? Can I place this down, then place in these ceilings and then somehow remove? Nope. If I remove the middle one, it's gone. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have a little custom floor just so that we could have the elevator centered in the middle. Thank you, game. Okay, of course, once it's powered, we can actually place it up. And you could just keep it at the top to close it if you don't plan on using it. And, I mean, I guess we might as well use this as a little bit of a dividing wall. Like, maybe we can build the bedroom behind there to give a little bit of privacy. And we'll use some glass to make like a proper separation there. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. There we go. Like that. So, you know, you could have like a bedroom here. I don't know. Just getting a little bit of structures on the inside. But yeah, that's a pretty sizable room. Then of course we go downstairs. We have a pretty nice like entrance room and access to the future water pen, which is going to be great. And then I guess then slowly but surely it's either time to start designing the side bits of the structure, as well as at some point we also still need to figure out how to actually connect this to the supports, because we made this wall up. This is actually quite scary because that's all that's holding up my building right now. So hopefully, yeah, that doesn't get destroyed, because then everything is gone. And then, yeah, I think we start with the side build at some point. Kind of need to make sure where we need to add that in. Is it there? I guess that is there. So yeah, this is basically the foundations for whatever we build on top. It's going to be part of our dino pen, but mostly it's just make sure that we can just build whatever we want in the water without having to have the proper support. So I guess that does mean that if you want to build this as a normal base instead of in the water, which you design-wise could do, you would have to do it a little bit differently, because you would miss, of course, these supports underneath, because that would be more difficult. There we go. That should at least allow me to extend this a little bit. I think I want to at least extend it by... Well, the floor I definitely want to extend a bit. There we go, because I said it's going to be a hallway and it's going to connect to the next part of the base. we still have a little bit more time, so I think I would like this to be at least 4 before I start any of the next design. So, I kind of didn't want to make like another A-frame build, so it's gonna have. Technically, it would still classify as an A-frame, but it's gonna be. We're gonna make an A-frame, but we're also gonna make it into the water so that it is both a normal A-frame as well as a part of the dino pen. Did I just get a visitor instantly? There we go. Look at him. He's already enjoying my base. So yeah, now what I need to do is decide how big that A-frame is going to be. This would be 6 high, so it would be slightly lower than the other side. This would be 8, which would turn it into a little bit of a bigger one, but a more usable size maybe as well. Let's see. Gonna need to extend the foundations a little bit more. Let's just be sure and place a few more. All right, there we go. So again, what I like to do when I start a build is just getting the shapes right first and then decide whether I actually like them or not. I guess we also want to extend the hallway now. And actually, probably, I mean, this is not going to be the front of the A-frame. Obviously, I'm going to extend it to the front and maybe even the back. So it's more the support. And then this, I definitely want to extend a little bit further. So I'm guessing that's going to be, this is how far I am right now. How far is that? That's 1. So I'm guessing at least this is how much I want to add. Let's see. There we go. That should build a nice extension to the side of it. And we can judge later how much of that we actually want to use. But we should still be able to go out by maybe 3 more. Yeah. So there's more room if we do want to expand. And then I guess it is all a question of how far do we want this to extend. Which, again, we'll have to build supports for. But yeah, and I think for the inside of the structure, this is going to be like a supporting beam. So yeah, I would have to extend this by at least 3. That is how far we are right now. And then I probably want to extend it like at least to this. And then I think this is about the shape of the A-frame. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but we're going to give this all support. Just so that we can build whatever we want. And at some point we will integrate a lot of this underwater stuff into a secure water pen, ocean pen. So that should be the beauty of the whole thing. Okay, so I would want to have it at least this far, and then this would be another part of the support. There we go. Okay. Gonna fill at least this part in. And of course, we're gonna extend it this way. I think that's gonna be big enough. I don't want to, again, make it too crazy big, because I definitely want to make sure that I stay within the structure limit this time. So this would be the support beam closed off. And we definitely don't need those, but it's just to make the structure look a little bit more believable. You know, and actually have something ongoing on the inside as well. And then here, this would be, again, where we would start another layer of the support beam. Oh, and we have another visitor. We just keep getting more and more visitors every time when I'm building new bases. I thought it would be less now that I'm out here on the water. So why is this not supported? Oh, I guess I built this nowhere near enough. I built like half of the support. There we go. We can at least fill this in, and this, if I'm correct, this should be the whole support of the A-frame structure above. There we go. Now we should be able to at least finish this build, or this skeleton. There we go. And then, of course, since it is part of the support, build the other leg as well. Oh, nope, definitely not. There we go. That is the start of the A-frame. Let's fill in a little bit of these structures so that we can judge the way it will look here from the front. Can you please leave before I close you in? Thank you. I guess I didn't need this yet. Okay, so that is the start of the A-frame shape, which I like. Adds a little bit of depth. It's not the same line as that one, so that's even nicer. And to change it up, as I said, it's not actually just gonna be an A-frame, but we're gonna continue it into a cube, which some of it is going to be underwater, and that's how it's also going to turn into part of the underwater dino pen. And if I'm correct, this should be the way. And it should hopefully connect perfectly. There we go. That is quite nice. There we go. Fill that in. And then this is where the other side starts. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, that's kind of the shape that we'll get. So it might look like an A-frame, but it's actually much more, which will allow us an extra spot of water pen within the structure. All that we need to figure out at some point is to how do we connect this to the foundations below, and how do we make those foundations below look good as well, and make like a proper dino pen out of as much as we can. You know, the more dino pen, water pen we have, the better for this base. So yeah, there we go. So now we have like the cube shape here on the front, which of course is probably gonna have a little bit of glass. I don't think the entrance would be here on the front. I think it would be here to the side where the main dino pen is. So yeah, I guess this would just go all the way up to the top. And all the way down below again. There we go. Just fill in the entire front. I don't think I'll change the textures straight away to the proper glass, just because it's going to take a while and we might still, you know, alter design at like entrances or balconies or whatever. So for now, we're just going to have it like this. But I do like that shape, and I do really like that you see that it's more than an A-frame right now. You see there's going to be more down below, which is kind of what we want to have for sure. And then, of course, this is also where you would fill in the floor. So you would have more of a proper practical base down here as well. And I would also still fill in this side, of course, for the support beam. Going all the way to the top. There we go. Fill in this floor. So yeah, this basically gives you both a big extension of the base above the water, so to actually use as a base, but also a pretty nice addition to your water pen, which is great because that allows you to do like any breeding or taming inside of it. There we go. There, that's where the missing one went. So we'll fill in the floor for this part. There we go. So that's the start of the shape. I think what we want to do here underwater is kind of do the same as above the water. So we do want to have those support beams going on. Just to have like hints at the proper structure and support of this whole thing. I think that's going to be nice to keep around. There we go. And then we'll have to fill in these as well. There we go. Fill it all the way in to the bottom there. There we go. I guess this would also be another support. And then we'll follow it all the way back up to the other side as well. There we go. Make like a proper structure out of this. Can't wait for this. So at some point, probably not today, being finished, because the reason that I'm building this way earlier that I actually have beaten the center myself, which is what I normally do after I beat the map. I start my attack base, is that I might actually be able to enjoy this one as part of the playthrough I've got going on the center. I might actually just live here as my main base, because there's going to be a lot of room. It's going to be nice and different location than what we've used so far. And living on the ocean is kind of peaceful. And then still have the other bases for specific things, like breeding at the ruins, because there's a lot of space to breed the land dinos there. Stuff like that. Alright, so yeah, we've got the start of this structure going on properly now. I think it's off to a pretty good start. There we go. And now what we need to figure out, well, we need to figure many things out, but of course one of the things is how it's going to connect to this hallway. And I think we're just going to extend the glass into where it overlaps. But no, actually, I don't think we need to do that even, because we could just have it like this. A little extra line. Which we could leave like this, but I'm tempted, in order to also make it a little bit differently from what I usually build these bases like, have a little bit of a different color palette with them. So what I think we're going to do, actually I might need to remove these glass walls for a little bit. And then I'm gonna grab myself the frontier skin, because I want to have that wood. I guess I could have just used the... You know what? I can just use this material, I suppose. Because I'm just gonna change the look of it to get a little bit of a different color into the build. And I like this darker wood a lot compared to the default colors. And it just gives a little bit of a different tint to all the structures that we've got going on in the building so far, which I think I like. And then we can extend this little edge to the other side as well. There we go. Perfect. And at some point, I'm probably going to have to do a bunch of painting as well, just to make all these metal colors slightly different, so it's not all the same thing. But usually that's going to be worth it in the end. Okay, there we go. So this is what the in-between portion would look like. I like that look. Also, definitely going to depend on how I'm going to connect this all down to the water below, because this portion especially is still floating. This is a little bit less floating, and I think I kind of know how I'm going to connect that to the main structure. That's not going to be too much of a problem. So then we basically have this part, which is then continuing until it meets the roof, which would be right here. Like so. So probably... yeah, I'm definitely going to extend it on the other side at least a little bit. So yeah, we would have an entrance right here. Maybe. Yeah, no, definitely, because we need to at least have a walkway through to the other side. There we go. Something simple like this, I think, would already work. Don't really need much more than that, I think. And you could still make like a glass roof in here. I don't know if we will just yet. I might. We'll see. So yeah, that would be the way how to extend this through to the other side. For now, I'm just going to make it a walkway because I don't actually know what I'm going to do with the inside of the whole structure. And then obviously here it's going to turn back into the roof of the whole thing again. And then here we're going to have this same line going down this side and turn it into the darker wood. There we go. And we fill in our glass wall. There we go. Now, I'm not quite sure. I don't think I want to make this building too much bigger here. So I think what I'll do is, can I extend this by this much? I can. Do I need to? I don't think I need to. I think actually what I'm gonna do is do it like this. Hello there. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it down to here. And then this is where we would have the edge that we have on the other side as well. And of course, the little edge on top to keep yourself safe up there and do whatever you want. There we go. All the way into there. And we'll just continue this all the way here to the other side. And fill in this top. Obviously, this is going to go all the way around, but for now, I'm mostly focused on the front side just to get this design kind of along a little bit more. So yeah, for now, again, I'm gonna just fill this in. It's bound to change still at some point, because I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to have a little bit of details going on in these walls. But for now, at least this is going to be the entrance. Like so. And then here, what I probably want to do is add in a support like that. It's a shape that I like to do for these modern builds, because I really think those lines help. And in this case, yeah, I think I do really like that. Because I don't really want to extend this building too far. So I think that is going to do. And then here I might want to have another gate, maybe? I don't know. Of course, then this is going to continue. And as I said, I'm just going to do it right around the corner for now, because just really about designing the front before you fill in the whole back and basically do the same thing again. Hello there. Thanks for subscribing. There we go. Fill this in. Fill that in. Yeah, so I would at least have to have a little edge around here as well. However, what I think I might do is extend it like this. Yeah, and there's gonna need to be some kind of support down there. Okay, this is interesting, because obviously I don't want to have a railing along all of this side. So maybe this is a platform without a railing, you know? Star Wars inspired. No safety railings. Could just have a platform like that. And in the way. And then it's like a support for the building. We kind of need to figure it out. Do we want to just, you know, support the whole platform? Or do we just kind of make a support like this, for example? There would still be room with between this support and the actual main structure, so that could work. For now, let's just do it just below the water. I think I like the idea of this, but I want to make it completely out of metal, so it's like a different texture completely. There we go. Okay, so that would be the start of it. There we go. I mean, we could also do the same with painting, of course, but just having the slight texture difference and the color difference already gives you an idea of it. And yeah, I think that would be quite nice to have like a beam supporting that part, basically. Of course, the windows are all going to look much better, like the main part as well. And then here on the end, I think we're going to just use another gate as an entrance, and we'll see whether we actually add in the proper gate or we just keep it like this. But I do think I like the idea of this. That does mean that for this middle part here, we could just have the same thing, but again, we'll have to see in what way we support all of these structures. At least here we could get now the first proper support, which would go quite a way into the main structure. I guess I'm doing it kind of wrong. I don't actually do it like that. I should do it like this. Much easier. And then we'll know. Yeah, so it's ending up all the way down here. That's the extent of the support, I suppose. And then the real question is still going to be like, how are we going to close off the dino pen that we want to, the water pen that we want to have down here, you know, to support all the water tames, have your safe breeding spots, whatever. But that's like a whole different issue. Okay, so that's going to be it, because we're going to flatten this whole area out, of course. There we go, we can fill in these sides. There we go. One proper support beam. This kind of reminds me of the support that we did for the smaller ocean base that I built. Like the big diagonal beam going up. Yeah, I think it's a good look. It's a nice way to support stuff in these deeper waters. And you can still have the foundations on the bottom without it looking like just like very randomly. Because for the other design, we were able to kind of blend in the foundations to the bottom quite well without it looking too weird. Okay, so for that's going to be the way it looks down there. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's going to require a little bit of work here, of course, to smooth this out. But we'll work on the actual below and the proper look of the dino pen as soon as we know the exact way it's gonna work. I kind of want to have like the main entrance of the dino pen here, then you have the whole room under this main bit first, and then you have like a connecting part that connects you at the bottom here of this structure, and then the same on the other side. So we actually have already quite a little bit of room. It's just gonna be about how to find a way to make it look good and connect it all up like that. But I do like the look of this. So basically what we're gonna get is another one of these on the other side, I think. And then we're gonna have to think about the underwater problem. for here, I would say that I would kind of want to extend this at least the same way. So whatever this is, I need to do the same kind of extension that I did on the other side. So let's see, that's 6 from the foundation that we currently have. Right there. 1, 2, 3, and then we're already going down. Is that gonna go back up to the right height? It is. Okay, well, interesting. And then I think it's quite a long way. Let's actually make sure. We should be able to spot that. Wait, is this a rock that I could get rid of? Or is this an actual rock? No, it's one we can get rid of. That makes it a lot easier. There we go. Okay, and then here, yeah, we would want to just fill this in because there's no way we're gonna get this on the same level otherwise. Technically, I wouldn't have to fill in all of these, so I could just make a couple of lines where we actually do fill in the foundations and just skip the other ones because it will still have support. That's probably actually the smarter and more efficient way to do it all. Hello there, thank you very much. Yeah, so here, kind of doesn't matter. I'm gonna just pick one of them because everything right now already has support and we can just have ceilings over top to flatten it out when we work on the underwater part. But for now, again, I think we're gonna focus on the top part that we can see. So we would have that gap, and then this is where the support would be. So this is what we want to build, because I don't think we need an A-frame much bigger than this, to be honest. This is already a quite roomy addition. I guess this is where it would connect back up to the main structure. There we go. So this would be another support. There we go, like that. Yeah. And then, of course, we'll have to continue this shape down. There we go. And there we go, back up the other side. Actually, I don't think I need to fill in this second layer for now. Well, to be... no, because we might also want windows down below so we can enjoy the ocean around us, you know? See the fishes outside of our windows. Who knows what we might see. There we go. And then this would be where the support goes up again. Hold on. That's not correct. We need to go one higher. Then we go up. There we go. That does connect. that checks out. And then we can fill in this part as well to the end of this A-frame. So yeah, again, quite a decently sized A-frame, but nothing too crazy and big. Not like the tech pyramid, which looked very cool. Don't get me wrong. I really like the way that building turned out, but that definitely took things to a giant scale that is not very practical to build. Especially since it hit structure limit and stuff like that. Not really something you necessarily want to do. There we go. I guess this is where... Oh no, it's the wrong texture, the wrong way around. Oh, god damn it. There we go. Want to have the same textures on the same side. Let's see. We'll build this out so that we can easily connect it and we know that we're on the right level, and then we can go back up, finish this start of the skeleton for our build. But yeah, I think this should already give us another decent underwater room, basically, which you can use for like breeding and stuff or whatever you want to do down there. I think that works. We can see. Well, I mean, I'm filling in this just to get an idea of the structure, but might add in like windows all the way through. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we're getting the shape in for now. I think, at least for this middle part, we're probably just going to want to fill in this entire thing because, I mean, there's just a support right next to it anyway. Wait, where did that go? Did that go in here? Yeah. There we go. So we just fill in this whole middle part because, I mean, yeah, there's no view there anyway, so it makes more sense that that's all just connected like that. You know, just a slight gap there between the two, but I mean that checks out. That looks fine. That totally looks fine. Now, I think actually for the support for these, I kind of would want to just, you know, build like little legs coming out like this, which are gonna turn into like the support for these. Let's see. Do they need it to be as big? Now, probably they can actually be smaller legs. Maybe like this. Yeah, just a little leg like that. There we go. Fill this in. There we go. Yeah, I think I want to keep that texture on top like so. There we go. And that's the way this like cube is held up. I think that looks nice, and if we do that on both sides, that's gonna be quite a nice look. So at least these parts we know will be filled in like so. But there's still a lot. We could still have a decently sized window in there. I feel like at least I would have to go with these lines though. Like this. Maybe this as well, just because it's not too close to the edge there. And then we take out the glass texture. And we fill these last parts in with some windows so that we can actually look out into the ocean, even though it's the weird glass texture. I don't know how it will look. Also, we have the fog off now, so it's all looking different anyway. But I think that's probably going to be quite nice to have a little bit of windows so we can see what's going on the outside. Usually is quite nice, you know, to be able to see what's going on around you. So yeah, that's already a pretty decent start, I would say, to this whole shape. Of course, we're going to change these textures to the nice looking glass as well. But yeah, that's a proper decent start there. So yeah, we're going to do this support right there in the middle. So we're going to have these little legs going down. And then just have some proper supports going on. Fill this in. It's a good start to whatever the eventual underwater part of the base is going to look like. So this is just to have a couple of extra supports already in place. So we'll fill that in. Then we'll fill those in as well. There we go. That looks quite nice. Oh, we have some fish. Probably gonna end up as food, just so you know, but it's fine. So yeah, I feel like this is already a good start of this underwater A-frame cube, whatever I want to call it. Yeah, I like those legs as supports, especially since we're gonna have the same one on the back. That's gonna look nice. I like that it crosses over with the other support that we have. And there's probably going to be like a bigger structure in the water in the main part, I would say. Just because I think that would make a little bit more sense. I might still use some underwater compartments there.
Hello there.
But we'll see. Hello there. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I think we'll definitely see. I think for now I might have to call it a day there, because we've done about 2 hours of building on this thing. I think we have a good start of a base. Definitely want to, you know, do a lot more. We have to complete the above water part. We have to finish the whole structure, start adding in more details, because it's still quite barren. But at least the idea of the monstrosity that was in my mind is kind of already starting to be visible somewhat. Like, it's not a proper structure yet, but it's starting there. I like the silhouette that we've got so far. Like, if you look at it from this side, it's already looking quite nicely. It's going to be a decent size, so I definitely think it's going to be a worthy addition to my tech base collection. And yeah, can't wait to work on it more. Probably will be quite soon. So if you want to stay up to date for this process of this base, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on live streams, or even join the Discord so you get an extra notification. And then, of course, once the build is done and I've done all the streaming, I will probably make a tutorial about it at some point as well. And yeah, we'll see. From there, the tutorial might be a little bit tricky because it's going to depend a little bit on your landscape, but I think we should be fine. We should be able to do it. All right, I kind of like the way it's looking. Also, I'm just noticing that this could kind of be some kind of mouth, and then the doors, the tech doors, are like eyes. So, you know, I like that. I like that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's go into photo mode for a little bit so we can look at this base in all the glory. Yeah, I like the way this is turning out. It's starting to look like a properly nice little base like this. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I hope to see you around in the next video or the next stream. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the day.